I think I'm supposed to tell you to turn off your cell phones, yes? If not, I will shoot you. Because I'm American, and apparently all Americans have guns. So I'm Nicole Blackman, and I'm very happy to be back in Vienna. I haven't performed here in about 12 years, so yes, I am older. I was going to read a couple new pieces, but apparently my thumb drive was not very agreeable with the printer, and so you get no new work, so boo for you. But if it is your first time seeing me, it's all new, so this is good. Most of my friends don't know that I was born a twin. She was born 63 seconds before me. Her name was Natalie. We came here together, and she left without me. We shared a room and split it down the middle. I put all my posters up on my side, and she put hers up on hers. One day we decided to wallpaper the room with Super Friends wrapping paper and Elmer's glue. Mom wasn't really too crazy about that one. She was patient, and I was bossy. She wanted to be a gymnast, and I wanted to be an actress. But we both liked horses, and we liked to draw. We'd mix up things like ketchup and cough syrup and try to get somebody to eat it. Natalie and I would climb trees in the backyard, and we'd plan the houses we'd build next to each other so we could visit when we had families of our own. We picked out our husbands' names. We picked out our children's names. When you're a twin, you have a shadow. We were in the supermarket looking at the toys. Mom was a couple aisles over, buying cat food and shampoo. And there was this doll that I really wanted, so I went over to ask Mom if I could get it. And she said no, that we had to leave the store, and told me to get Natalie so we could leave. It all happened in a minute. This is the part where I'm supposed to tell you that your life can change in 63 seconds. But you already know that, don't you? On the store surveillance camera, you can see Natalie walking out of the store with a man. He's not forcing her, but we don't know why she's going with him. She turns around for a second like she's saying goodbye. At least that's what we think it means. We've gone over the video hundreds of times. It's like the JFK assassination film. Even now, I could draw it for you with a time code on the bottom and everything. I'm 24 now. She's frozen at 9. When she was gone for a month, I put our beds together and laid across them when I slept. They sent me to a child psychologist for a long time. She made me draw my feelings. Let's draw your feelings. What do your feelings look like? I just wanted to strangle her. So I took a big black magic marker and I draw for an hour. I draw this burned out hole for Natalie. I'd be like, see, that's me and that's Natalie. The psychologist analyzed the drawings and talked to my friends. She's having a very difficult time. Losing Natalie has left a big hole in her life. Duh. They stopped making me go to the psychiatrist after that. You want to know how I feel? You want to know how I fucking feel? Somebody stole my sister. Somebody fucking stole my sister. I never saw Dad cry after that happened. But he drinks alone now sometimes. And he never used to do that. The police still give us a report every 3 years now or something and tell us the case is still open, as if that's going to help. They try to tell me sometimes that since they never found a body, that she might still be alive. Right, like there's nowhere on earth to hide a body. If she was alive, I'd know. If anyone would know, I'd know. And I haven't felt her near me in a long, long time. They put me under hypnosis. I told them the man was wearing a navy blue corduroy jacket, had brown work boots on, and smelled of grease, and never looked at me. The case is still open. 4 months after she disappeared, it was our 10th birthday. I told Mom to forget about it, but she insisted. She always had a birthday party for us. We had to go on with a normal life. So the day of the party, we hung up balloons and streamers, and Mom pretended like Natalie was away somewhere, like it was a surprise. So I sat there and waited. I waited all day. Nobody came. All the kids who used to come to our birthday parties called now and said that they couldn't. Sometimes their mothers would call and apologize, like abductions were contagious and they didn't want their kids to catch it too. So that night, Mom and I sat in the kitchen and we ate a box of sugar cookies and talked about Natalie. We didn't have any more birthday parties after that. And this became the birthday ritual. We'd eat a whole box of sugar cookies and talk about Natalie for hours. We still do it every year. Dad still doesn't know. My parents refused to move after Natalie disappeared. We need to be here when she comes back. Otherwise, how will she find us? We just want to know what happened. It's like watching a scary movie and the film breaks in the last 15 minutes and they try to make everyone go home. We just want to know what happened. Most of my friends don't even know I was born a twin. She was born 63 seconds before me. Her name was Natalie. We came here together. She left without me. There is no glory in trying to make love to men who only know how to fuck. Man after man after man after man raised on porn. Out all day while he's been watching $2 videos now piled by the VCR. Out all day at work, at class, at the gym while he's been making plans. Out all day returning with bags of bread and tomatoes and bluefish for what you think will be dinner. Dinner is you. And you are nothing like the dead-eyed blonde women he's been watching. You are in the movie now. He's nothing like you remember. No time for a condom or take a pill or put in a diaphragm. Those girls never get pregnant anyway. What are you trying to do? Clothes cannot come off fast enough. Get them off, get them off. Shoes are always left on. You don't ask why. You're in the movie now. You used to scrape your nails against the walls, leaving streaks like scars of where you wanted to stay and where he took you. Now you just go. It'll be over in 10 minutes. It'll be over in 10 minutes, 20 at most. A black envelope closes with you inside. You are in the movie now. He winds your hair around his fist like a roll and keeps it nailed to the bed. You swear you'll cut your hair tomorrow. You swear you'll cut your hair tomorrow. You still swim in memory sometimes. It wasn't always like this, was it? You are becoming stone. Stone desires nothing. Stone cannot be moved. Stone can only be worn down little by little. Close your eyes and think of England. You are tucked in for the fucking. You are in the movie now. There is no beauty in being held face down on a bed of sheets that tear beneath you, and you are wearing him like a country you haven't the strength to carry. You're in the movie now. You don't fight. He takes it from you. He takes it from you. He takes it from you. Now it isn't yours, never will be again. You're in the movie now. One eye open, focused on a window. Years of this, and you don't even say anything anymore. This is how it is, how it will always be. You're in the movie now. Cosmopolitan has not told you what to do. Vogue magazine has not advised you of snappy one-liners you can use. Ms. Magazine has yet to write an empowering column about this one. It doesn't hurt anymore. You shut down, examining fibers in the pillowcase until he's finished, counting 77, 78, 79. He says, "Look at me, look at me!" It's no good unless you look at me. You look at him, look right through him, look through the window, look at your grandmother's patio, your list of things to do this weekend, the basil leaves drying by the window. He says if you cry, it makes him angry. I fuck better when I'm angry, you know. You know. He says it every time. You learn not to cry. You're startled that he's doing this to you. You're startled that he knows how. You're startled that you stay, knowing you would tell a friend to kill him if he did this to her. Your mouth is on fire with possibilities, but you say nothing. You shut down your body one limb at a time like you learned in drama class, relaxation exercises, absence of pain makes anything possible. You used to confuse this with caring. You used to confuse these with caresses. Desire doesn't live here anymore. Desire doesn't live here anymore. Because you are pretty, you are possessed. You two are alone, owner and owned. You are turned over and over, backstrokes in your own blood. Horses have been christened with less. There is no glory here. Only bloodstains and apologies that come with the stroking. Only throwing up in a sink you know you'll have to scrub out later. I eat only sleep and air, and everyone thinks I'm dumb, but I'm smart because I figured it out. I am thinner than you are, and I am burning my skin off little by little until I reach bone and self, until I get to where I am essential, until I get to where I am. See, food doesn't tempt me anymore because I'm so full of energy and sense. I can even pass by water now because I'm living off the parts of me that I don't need anymore. I could feel the slow drips of pain before, swirling inside where my lungs should have been. Now I'm clean. I threw out hundreds of things that I didn't need anymore. Stupid things like dresses and socks and jeans and bras. Most days I float through the house naked so I can see myself in the mirrors. I have hundreds of them everywhere, and they talk back to me all the time. They keep me true and pure. They're the only ones making sure I'm still here. When I knew what I had to do, I destroyed all my notebooks and all my manuscripts. I ate them page by page so I could take my words with me when I died. I can finally control my life and even death, and I will die slowly like steam escaping from a pipe. This is my greatest performance, and all the actresses who won my parts will say, how wonderful to let yourself go that mad. How wonderful to go on this kind of journey and not care if you came back to tell the story. I scratch words on the walls now so someone will visit this museum and know how someone like me ends up like this. They'll say there is art in here somewhere. Everything that comes out of me is sacred. Every tear, every cough, every piss, everything that comes off of me is sacred. Every fingernail, every eyelash, every hair. Starvation is sacred, and I scratch my bones against the windows at night. I light candles and feel myself evaporate. This body is a little church. It's a little temple. You can't see me now because I've gone inside. My family doesn't call anymore. My friends don't call anymore. It's okay. I don't need them anymore. You can't hurt me anymore. Only I can. I don't need them anymore. I can live off of me. I speak to me. I dance with me. I eat me. When they find me, I'll have a little smile on my face, and they'll wrap me in a white cloth and lay me in the ground and say they don't understand. But I do. I don't hurt anymore. I'm not lonely anymore. I'm not sad. I'm not pretty anymore. I made it through. I feel so holy and clean when I stretch out on the floor and sing. Sometimes God comes in for a minute and says, I'm doing fine. I'm almost an angel. One day, when I'm thin enough, I'll go outside fluttering my hands so I can fly. And I will be so slight that I will pass through all of you, silently, like wind. One day I'll give birth to a tiny baby girl, and when she's born, she'll scream, and I will tell her to never stop. I will kiss her before I lay her down at night, and will tell her a story so she knows how it is and how it must be for her to survive. I will tell her to set things on fire and keep them burning. I'll teach her that fire will not consume her, that she must take it and use it. I'll tell her that people must earn the right to use her nickname, that forced intimacy is an ugly thing. I'll help her to see that she will not find God or salvation in a dark brick building built by dead men. I'll make sure she always carries a pen so she can take down the evidence. If she has no paper, I'll teach her to write everything down with her tongue, write it on her thighs. I'll make her keep reinventing herself and run fast. I'll teach her to write her manifestos on cocktail napkins. I'll say that she should make men lick her ambition. I'll make her understand that she is worth more with her clothes on. I will teach her to talk hard. I'll tell her that when the words finally come too fast and she has no use for a pen, that she must quit her job, run out of the house in her bathrobe, leave the door open. I will teach her to follow the words. Because they will try to make her stay. They will comfort her, let her sleep, bathe her in a television blue glow. I will cut her hair, tell her to light the house on fire, kill the kittens. When nothing is there, nothing will keep her, and she is not to be kept. I'll say that everything she has done, seen, spoken has brought her to the here, this, now. This is no time for tenderness, no time to stand waiting for them to find her, because there are nations within her skin, and queendoms come without keys you can carry. I'll teach her that she has an army inside her that can save her life. I will teach her to be whole, to be holy. I will teach her how to live, to be so much that she doesn't even need me anymore. I'll tell her to go quickly and never come back, because things get broken fast here. I will make her stronger than I ever was. Turned at 20, she'll break into bits of star and throw herself into the night sky. 2012 is an excellent year to disappear. I will not let them destroy her life the way that they destroyed mine. I'll tell her to never forget what they did to you and never let them know you remember. Never forget what they did to you, and never let them know you remember. Never forget what they did to you. Never let them know you remember. I feel the motion of the car before I open my eyes. The air is blue-black, brown-black, black-black. Smell of gas, oil, animals. I'm in the trunk. Wrists and ankles tied, tape over my mouth. It almost covers my nose, but I can breathe barely. I must have been here for hours. Everything's stiff, and my head throbs like someone's been drumming on china. The car stops. He turns off the motor, but there are no traffic sounds, no people sounds, no wind. What place has no wind? I turn my head towards the sounds, like people watch radios when something terrible happens. My palms are sweating. Where am I? The trunk squeaks as he lifts it up, and the sun blinds me. He almost looks like a faceless Jesus surrounded by light. He pulls me out of the trunk, and he bangs my head against the door. I try to cry out, but it comes like a hum. I'm dragged along a dirt floor, half standing. It's along a dirt road into a house. I can't see any other houses, and it looks like a farm. The screen door bangs against me as we go inside, and I feel a deep, deep pressure inside me. All the rules have changed here. He drags me down the hallway like a bag, and I look for a phone, other doors. Nothing but bare floors and brown boxes in small rooms. He pulls me into the bathroom, and I almost crack my head as he pushes me onto the floor. He tilts his head to the side and gazes at me as if I was a pet, and then he walks out. I'm lying there for a long time, trying to get the tape off of me. My eyes are tearing, but I don't make a sound. I can't get up, and I keep rolling from side to side, trying not to make noise. I've got to get him to talk to me. If I can take this thing off my face, I can talk to him. I'll tell him my name. Have you killed other women in here? Because I'm thinking you've got hundreds of them, nailed down, hung on walls, hanging from ceiling fans, swinging dead in summer wind. Why did you pick me? If I'd have stayed a couple minutes longer at the library, maybe I'd been okay. Would have come home with books piled up in my arms like a baby, blurting explanations why I was sorry, I was so late, everyone. Would you have picked another woman? Would I have read about her in the paper later and told all my friends, oh my God, I was there that night, and called them all, telling them how much I loved them as if I'd never have the chance? I wonder what everybody's doing now. Putting up signs, showing my picture on the evening news, calling old friends. Maybe I'm not even considered missing yet. My family will fall apart, and my parents will go crazy, slowly. My brother will be so quiet at the funeral and insist that the casket be closed. I never even told anyone what kind of funeral I wanted when I died. Maybe years from now, they'll find my skeleton on the floor and they'll have to use dental records to identify me. My family will say, at least we know now. We always hoped she was alive somewhere. We just hope she's at peace. When I sleep, my dreams are crazy. I'm flying over fields. I don't think I sleep for more than 20 minutes. And when I wake up, there's a shotgun pressed between them. I'll never get married. I'll never have kids. I'll never go to Europe. I'll never write a book. I'll never learn to play piano. The last thing I hear is a click. This is for Chelly. That summer, I grew 2 inches and stood taller than the other girls. The neighborhood boys, who gave me no chance to speak, rated me as ugly, took me to the creek in the dusk so they couldn't see my face. A hole is a hole, they'd say. I took the place of the cold beauties who stood too far away to touch or have. I would do today. As they'd get off me, they'd say, damn, fine work. And for a minute, I'd forget that a jerk is a jerk. And for a minute, my heart wouldn't hurt. As they disappeared and left me in the dirt, I'd wonder why I did this and what it was worth. A girl grows used to the smell of the earth. A teacher expresses her concern, calls me dear. If there's one thing to learn, it's who falls. Me, I, her, she. I don't have a name. I'm a stat. I'm a report. See, there are girls who play around in every school. I'm just this year's model. They advise, they admonish, they punish, they coddle, but nothing changes the depth of the rut once you're in it. See, there are good girls, and there are cunts. She said, well, they only want me for one thing. Well, at least they want me for something, I tell her. And the guidance counselors just talk and talk. And when they're done cutting me up, I walk back to class, say it's cool, pretend I'm fine. See, children are chickens that kill the weak. The whine that pleads is met with a boot cemented with blood. I know the name of the brute. Confuse him with God. The slut always gets invited to the party last minute like extra ice or beer. There's a game and she's in it. How long before she's out and easy? It's a blood sport, makes you queasy to think of it now, doesn't it? But every girl wants to be a hit. As I slide down the kitchen wall, they watch to see how fast I'll fall. Drunk in the basement, I'm dizzy and fading in a room full of boys standing there waiting, and someone begs tension that needs relieving. Show me a boy that's worth believing. Together we make a cocktail of surprise with my soft ears and his hard eyes. It's so stupid, I think that this one is brilliant from the rest, that he'll kiss my mouth before reaching for my breast. But the light in the bathroom is fluorescent. A girl could go blind from examination. A doctor would prop her up and pry inside where she's private, shy. But here he's not even a doctor. He's just some guy who came to conquer, who came deranged, who knows that tomorrow is not what we arranged. And true, I know that they'll only steal what they crave, and how sad that no one chose me to save, and that my worth was so low that I was marked giveaway instead of yours tomorrow or his today. No Valentines, no heart attack. I must get out of this intact. I know everything I hold dear gets shredded, and kings become captives, and beauties are beheaded. They want to see how much I can stand, even when I'm lying down. My hand is held down by one who won't speak to me in school, give away the secret. It's all too uncool to confess that he liked my story, my dress, my joke. So I'm a whore. He knows he writes the history. Denial pours as fast as a beer, and the windows are soaked up by my little brother. The vain girls who breathe onto each other never ask, "Are you okay?" Or, "Did you bring a flask?" You learn what makes you cry so you can avoid it. Inside you die so like a soldier, but what type battle makes you perfect, strong? Cattle takes off across field, girl takes off across sky like a dandelion. What it costs, why she's gone, is just a children's storybook song. Is this a transformation? A way of flight, how something ugly becomes something bright? See, reputations are like rocks. You drag till you bury them in a new town, or they kill you. At 15, I had no choice and learned my skill wasn't fucking, but flying to air from ground. I practiced at night in the backyard, and when I fell onto the ground hard, I remembered the taste of the basement, the creek, the disgrace. Choose sky or dirt. I said, choose sky or dirt. And the next time I rose, I flew. And nothing hurt. All girls are born with wings. They never tell you these things. Abandon the treehouse, the creek, the slaughter, the science books, the experiments. Your daughter knows that a boy is a cheat, is a fraud, is a liar. And the girls that she was taught to admire don't hold up, disappear like dust. The things we love we must abandon like dolls. Keep clean the halls that keep us clean. Girl, this is a dark, deep dream world. Don't open your heart or open your thighs. Your fathers are stones, but your mothers are spies who ask, why is there dirt on the back of your head? But never. Did it hurt? Or do you wish you were dead? Boys are snips and snails and puppy dog tails. A girl is made of burnt honey, of sour fear. Just tell me what it costs to disappear. When you tell them the story, tell them it was me. Me. Neglected like laundry, she was just a slip of a girl who took pride in passing through the world, leaving no footprints behind. Her mother wouldn't miss her, wouldn't mind her evaporation. She has too many children already. I'll tell the next girl who goes to keep her head straight, her sight steady. Because you'll have to go in daylight, with a circle of enemies around, like the boys who knocked you and the girls who dragged you down. They'll be watching you do your one trick to see if it's real, if it's why you were picked. The girl to become golden, the one to become a fairy when they became women. Kim in her denim jacket and pink dress, Rachel in her dark coat and black shoes. You were the one they selected in the park. You were the one they would choose again and again. They knew you were tougher, and if they gave you a lump of coal instead of a gift, thank them for the unkindnesses that gave you this command, for the blindness that gave you something sweeter than you ever thought it could be. When I turned 15, I learned to fly and finally learned how not to die. Thank you, Boris.